And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is our webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Every day, we bring exciting and high potential franchise business from across the industry. Over the past 28 years, Franchise India has proudly helped thousands of investors finding the right franchise business opportunity and successfully start their entrepreneurial journey. Franchise India, as world's largest integrated franchise solution company, our role is to ensure that your investment is safe by taking an informed decision and your journey from an investor to entrepreneur is smooth and successful. The objective of this webinar is to give you a direct connect with the brand founders, the key stakeholders, understand the business opportunity in detail, and openly ask any sort of question which you may have related to franchise, the investment, the brand, the growth, before you take the actual decision. So whether you are an entrepreneur looking to start a scalable business and or an the existing retailer planning to diversify, or an investor searching for a future ready opportunity, today's session has been designed specially for you. The mobility industry in India is undergoing a remarkable transformation. Consumers today are embracing healthier lifestyle, sustainable transportation, and electric mobility like never before. Rising the fuel price, increasing environmental awareness, government supply for EV adoption, and rapid growth for organized retail are creating unprecedented opportunities in the cycle and the electric mobility sector. Today, we are excited to introduce Just by Cycle Ventures, India's leading omnichannel mobility group, bringing together Just by Cycle, Just by Electric, Chose Many Bicycle, and Just Ride into one integrated ecosystem. With over 23 years of industry experience, 32 plus retail stores, 1 million plus happy customers, and 600 plus crore group revenue, and over 1 lakh cycles sold online, the group has built one of the strongest foundation in India's organized mobility retail sector. Unlike a traditional retail business, JBC offers technology-enabled omni-channel model that combines physical stores, digital commerce, and the financing, services support, and community engagement to create a seamless customer experience. And to talk more about this, I'm joined with the group CEO himself. We have Rohit Kutappa, who's the group CEO. Uh, and along with that, I have my colleague. We have Chitra Bhatt, she's the strategy consultant from Francop. We have Imran, who's my colleague from Chennai. He's the key account manager. So before I invite Rohit to talk more about the brand, the business, I would like to inform all our viewers. First of all, thank you so much for getting some time to be a part of this webinar. And in case if you will have any question related to the brand, the business, my suggestion is to please keep on posting it into the Q&A box, and we will take them up once the presentation is over. Now, I would like to welcome Rohit to this webinar. Let's get started with a little bit of your introduction, and then we'll move on to the presentation part. Yeah, over to you, Rohit.
Sure. Good afternoon, and thank you, Bharat, for that excellent introduction about Franchisee India and about JBC. Thank you for the opportunity for speaking to the people interested in becoming entrepreneurs or expanding their current entrepreneurial journey. Welcome to everyone on this call. Thank you for taking time. Quick background about myself before I jump into the background about JBC Ventures and our journey thus far, and a little sneak peek into our journey that we have envisioned for the years ahead. So I'm Rohit Kutappa. I'm the Group CEO at JBC Ventures, and I come from Karnataka. I come from an agricultural family. I've been a professional sportsman, and I've been involved in the mobility space for over 15 years across multiple segments of online, offline, and now with JBC, where we've married the whole strategy of online and offline through our omni-channel vision. So about JBC Ventures, we operate across four verticals. It's a group company that was started 23 years back. We have retail, which is our first division, spanning across 32 retail stores, primarily in South India, 3 states and 2 union territories as on date. We have the second division is e-commerce, where we have India's largest website, choosemybicycle.com. And third, we have our own app, which is focused on service at home, which is called Just Ride. And finally, we have a division that caters to large orders. So we operate under four brands. The first brand being Just Buy Electric. Just Buy Electric's core focus is to cater to the growing needs of young India, and I would say the rest of India's mobility needs, keeping sustainability, costs, and the new shift and transition to electric mobility. Apart from that, the second brand is Just Buy Cycles. As we all know, our first true, I would say, taste of freedom was when we got onto that first bicycle. So it all starts with that bicycle, and we're there to cater to that very large segment of kids' bicycles, teenagers' bicycles, eventually moving on to the electric mobility space through e-cycles and eventually e-scooters. The third, of course, brand, like I told you, Choose My Bicycle is an online brand, and Just Ride is our app. So these are the four brands we operate under. Today, specifically, before I move into the deck, it's been a conscious journey for us over 20, 23 years of understanding what can go right and what can go wrong in first a retail and then an omni-channel business. Because before we choose to take any investors or our franchisee partners' money, we needed to be absolutely sure that the model works and also is able to sustain over 10 years or more. So just to give you some insights, we have over 200 employees, and our oldest store is over 20 years, clocking close to 1 crore of revenue, extremely profitable. So we have seen all kinds and sizes of stores in different geographies. Not saying that every single one of them was successes, but what we have zeroed in today, which we're offering to our franchisee partners and fellow entrepreneurs, is something that is a workable model and a model that we are absolutely confident can give returns for everyone, because we believe in the sum of all parts, all stakeholders should benefit, and that's how we have envisioned. So, Bharat, it's okay with you? We can jump straight into the deck, unless you want
Yeah,
to cover another topic.
yeah. Let's get started.
Great. And how much time do we have, Bharat? So I
But
can.
we have enough time. We have almost 1 hour, no problem.
Great. Okay.
And meanwhile,
Let me know once.
all our attendees,
Yeah.
in
So
case
go
if
ahead.
you have any question, you please keep on sharing into the Q&A box. Also, would like to suggest anyone who's interested, share your name and your location, right? And we will get back.
Yeah. So going ahead with the deck, GBC Ventures has been a story of evolution. So today we are India's fastest growing electric first mobility group that was built and grown on 23 years of cycling trust. So today the opportunity that we're presenting is a franchisee invested and company operated model with guaranteed returns and revenue sharing, and in phase one for expansion in South India. So quickly, the JBC Ventures Group in numbers, we have 32 stores today, which are all company owned and company operated, completely self-funded, no investors. So everything has been accrued from our internal reserves. We have over 1 million customers and happy customers at that offline, generated over 600 crores till date. Our electric cycles and e-scooter division is growing at 70% year on year and continues to do that. And we have sold over 1 lakh cycles and EVs online. So who we actually pride ourselves on saying that we cover the entire mobility spectrum of all the way starting from toddlers, leading up to kids, teenagers, adults, electric cycles, and e-scooters. So what this does is every person is potentially our customer directly or indirectly. So our promise
நம்பர்ல
is
இந்த
that
லைனே வர மாட்டேங்குது, வராது.
can you mute your mics, please? Yeah. So our promise is that we promote and help customers experience the joy of riding at every age. And I'm sure whether it was your first cycle, your first scooter, first bike, or maybe even your first EV, each and every one of you have felt that joy. And that is the joy we're trying to capture across our ecosystem. And I will spend more time on that as we go through the deck. So the first brand which we want to offer under our FICO is called Just Buy Electric. As the name suggests, it only deals in electric cycles, e-bicycles, e-bikes or we call them on, and low-speed scooters, all under one roof. We are also expanding into the registered or high-speed scooter range, but that will be in phase 2. So right now, everything that we offer does not require a license, neither does it require registration. Third, there is a lot of policy push from the government, and as you know, the war in West Asia has pushed petrol prices up, and I don't think they're coming down anytime soon. So customers have actually started flocking to options other than petrol two-wheelers, and the first option and the lowest cost option is what we offer at Just Buy Electric. Because to put it in perspective, the per kilometer running cost comes down to about 7 paisa, which is lowest in the two-wheeler spectrum. And also the cost of ownership can start at 24,000 to about 70, 80,000. So we're in the sweet spot currently. And to kind of add to this, we're also focusing on two specific customers. One customer who wants these electric options for mobility, for whom their everyday commute depends on this one two-wheeler, and that's who we are catering to. And second, adult riders who are looking to have some kind of fuel-free mobility. And finally, under e-cycles, our largest customer base are children between the age of 13 to about 16 who use it to go to their tuitions, to their cricket practice, so on and so forth. Last 2 points, we have a tech-led experience. So on an average, our Just Buy Electric stores are between 500 to 800 square feet, even though we have a range that can fill up a 2000 square feet store. But in order to ensure we are unit economics positive and we are optimum in whatever we do, we have added a omni-channel tech platform, which was built by us, which allows any customer to go through what we call as an endless aisle. So it's either in the form of a touch screen or a tab where they can look at all the stock that's available, order it, and place the order at that time, and have it moved from our closest store or from our brand, all in real time. So this ensures we don't lose an order. Now, apart from this, we're also powered by Choose My Bicycle and justbuyelectric.com. So any orders that we get from online, where the customer says, I want to buy online, but pick up offline, we're also ready. Now, why we have built this? Because we know that we can't fight against Amazon and Flipkart by only going online, but by using the trust of a physical space and using the convenience of our online apps and our websites and e-commerce websites, we give them a seamless experience of buying and owning a product that is offered in this category. So these are just some of the products that we have. We try to focus on brands which have good after sales service, and all of the brands are certified by ICAT or ARAI, so that we ensure that we're only giving the best for our customers. Now moving to brand 2, Just Buy Cycles. Now in Just Buy Cycles, we're offering what is called as a superstore. Now a superstore will have everything from toddlers bicycles to an electric cycle. Typically these hover between the range of 1000 to 1500 square feet. We have over 30 Indian plus global brands, name it Firefox, Hero, Avon, Giant, Cannondale. We're also India's exclusive distributors for Bianchi, and we're the number one sales outlet for Hero, Avon, 91, eMotorrad, and Hero Electric. So you're in safe hands because customers trust us and brands also trust us, and we want to build on that trust. The second point, we cover to every rider segment, like I told you, from toddlers all the way to fitness riders and electric. We have a service-backed retail app called Just Ride. So as you know, most of you all would have used Urban Company for your service at home. We have mirrored the user flow and the tech. And today your customer can buy from you, may live 10 kilometers away, but using this app can have a request for service at home, request for service at the store, or a pickup and drop. And this app is powered by another platform. It's an edtech platform called JBC Institute of Technical Training. All our technicians across India are trained by brand, by product using this online training module, which is a video based module. So you can ensure that everyone who goes to a customer is trained and operates by the JBC way that we believe in. And finally, category leadership, like I had mentioned, whether it's cycles, electric cycles, or service, we're number one in India across these two categories of cycles and electric. And here again, the omni-channel reach is powered by Choose My Bicycle, which has multiple options like online catalogs, same-day delivery, in-store pickup, etc. So this is just a picture of a superstore. So as you see, this store is actually about 2,000 square feet. The ground floor is dedicated to electric because obviously it has scooters and slightly heavier e-bikes. And the first floor is dedicated to cycles. So this way we have a good mix catering to two very different categories of customers. So the engine, the tech engine between both Just by Electric and Just by Cycles are three pillars. So first is Choose My Bicycle, where we have the largest repository of expert reviews in the world, because we believe that before a decision is made, whether online or offline, people do their research to ensure that they're buying the right product and want to read reviews. So that's where we start. Just Ride is India's first super app for cyclists as well as for electric cycle customers to ensure that they own, ride, and even options of connecting with cycling clubs all through the app. And finally, the Endless Aisle. So the Endless Aisle has taken us 6 months to integrate with Tally, with our e-commerce engine, to give one single platform where the entire inventory that we have across India and the inventory sitting with our brands in their warehouses is visible to any store person. You don't have to type into Tally, jump into Tally, go into Excel sheets. It's all available on any of our sales managers' phones or through a smart touchscreen tab or screen. So this endless aisle is a game changer because typically in a Just by Electric store, you'd have about maybe 25 to 30 electric cycles and scooters. In a cycle store, you'd have anywhere between 100 to 120 products. But in our endless aisle, we have 8,000 SKUs from cycles to accessories to spares. So what this does is empowers each store to say that we will never ever lose a customer. So this is the kind of investment we have put in, and only once this was ready did we want to roll out our franchises. So I'm going to take about 4 5 slides and then open to questions. I think the vision for us is very, very clear because whatever we get into, we look at it with a lens of being relevant for decades to come and not just a couple of years from now. So we want to build India's most trusted electric two-wheeler and cycling ecosystem with a very clear mission where we have a four-pronged strategy to do this. One, we always want to recruit the best talent who are hungry to learn. So we don't have people coming in from IIMs or IIT. We ensure that whoever comes in are groomed by the JBC way of treating a customer, JBC way of ensuring that customer is always at the core when we're creating anything new. Second, we offer the best service, the service of experienced interactions with our experts, whether it is buying or post sale. We ensure that we offer the best service. We have always kept profitability as one of our most important metrics, because even if you have the best talent and best service, if you're not profitable, you won't sustain. So from day one, we've been selling on MRP or the MSRP that the brand suggests, and we don't believe in deep discounting because no business can sustain in an environment like India with deep discounting. And finally, the community. So the community is something that we hold very close to the business and to our hearts. And the community has paid us back in multiple ways. So, for example, the person who bought his first cycle at JBC has now come and bought a cycle for his son that many years later. So this to show that while products create the revenue, the ecosystem creates legacy and long-standing trust. I'm sure you are wondering how big is this market, and a lot of you all have enough data. And now with AI, in a matter of few clicks, you'll have this exact same data. But let me spend a few minutes to tell you how big the opportunity in terms of the market to be captured. And before I go into the numbers, I must say that the segments of India's electric two-wheeler market and Indian bicycle market is largely fragmented. Yes, now you're seeing players like Ola, Ather come in, but that is just one segment of 2 lakh units sold per annum. There is another segment of unregistered low speed EVs, which are almost 2.5 to 3 lakh units sales per month, which is equally large, if not larger. But they're all sold through traders, one time pop up shops, things like that. So the opportunity first on the Indian electric two-wheeler market, as you all know, the shift is happening in front of our eyes. It's going to get to roughly about $2 billion. So in Indian value terms, that's about 20,000 crores. And by 2028, this is going to get to 40,000 crores and eventually 110,000 crores by 2032. And if you have to reference it, there are a couple of sources from Markets and Data and the IMARC group. One of the key drivers for this shift is because the government, and you would have seen in recent policy pushes in Delhi, is slowly ensuring that your two-wheeler petrol vehicles are no longer allowed in high catchment areas like crowded urban cities. So not only does the consumer want it, even the government wants it. It's just that we have to give this new age consumer a better buying and ownership experience. Second, the Indian bicycle market, a lot of you won't know it, even though it's been around now for almost 8 decades. It's the second largest in the world, only behind China. We sell 20 million, that is 2 crore cycles every year. So you can just take up an example that there are 5 years worth of cycle at any given point of time. So you're talking about 10 crore cycle customers that we can either service, sell, resell, upsell, so on and so forth. Today, the opportunity is $3 billion, but this is inclusive of accessories, spares, and electric cycles as well. This is expected to go to about $5 billion in the next 9 to 10 years. So what is driving this category? I think number one, the shift to electric mobility. We have all seen, each one of us would have experienced the price rise every time you go to the petrol pump, and it's here to stay. Historically, anytime petrol goes up, it does not come down. If maybe there are elections in the coming months, it may go down, but the price rise is here to stay. Second, the government support for EV adoption. They are giving some subsidies either directly to the brand or to the consumer. Third, the demand for children segment. So you will always see that typically a child from the age of 2 till the age of 12 will own 3 cycles. So that customer is ours. So those 3 cycles are ours. When they move into the category where they can own an electric cycle, we again continue with them. So we move from just buy cycles to just buy electric, and that is where the superstore concept makes sense. So we're typically catering to a customer from 2 years old all the way up to maybe even 60, 70 plus when they choose to have a low speed EVs. So it is time tested and it will continue to be for the decades to come. Apart from this, there are three other growth drivers. There's a growing interest in fitness cycling. As you know, we're not the healthiest country, but people are getting into fitness using cycling versus running and going to the gym. The e-commerce boom gives a huge opportunity for us to leverage our omni-channel presence. And finally, organized retail. In every other segment of your lives, whether it's buying a phone, whether it's buying apparel or shoes, everyone has gone to organized retail except for these EVs, the light speed EVs and cycles. So here, this is the opportunity for us to do this together. So quickly, what is the franchisee model? It's a FICO, as you all know, is a franchisee invested, company operated. It was a conscious call to make it as a FICO, and I'll tell you why. Everyone on this call, I'm sure that you'll have very sharp in your business sense in running a business, scaling a business, no doubts there. But when it comes to domain expertise, so most of us in the system, at least in the management, have over 15 years of experience. And we can tell you that the bicycle and the EV space is very unique. So unless you all are coming in with that skill set, which is great, it becomes hard for you to run this on a regular basis. And from day one, ensure you're efficient from day one. So we want to work in a partnership where we take your inputs, you're an integral part of the overall business and its operations, but the heavy lifting is done by the company. What do I mean by this? The operations, the operation cash flow, a certain percentage of the inventory, 50% of the inventory is handled by us. People management, operational loss, all that is managed by us. So y'all come in a manner where y'all can not only invest but also enjoy the benefits of a professional 20 plus year old company's experience operating at the best efficiency rate possible. The lock-in period, so I'll just go on the few other salient points. The setup cost is borne by the franchisee. Inventory is split 50% by both parties. The ownership of the lease is the company. Revenue and expenses is by the company. There is a minimum guarantee and a revenue share, which is very unique because usually it's either or. And the company pays this to the franchisee in two blocks. One is paid quarterly, the other is paid annually. The net profit and net loss is borne by the company. The minimum lock-in period is 3 years because, as you know, any kind of retail investment, and in this case, omni-channel investment, takes some time to turn around. And the agreement period is 5 years, mutually extendable at the extent of at the end of that period. So the two formats on offer with very different cost structures, very different margin structures. So the first is the FICO for Just Buy Electric, where typically we have a 700 square feet, out of which 500 is kept for retail, 200 is for service. The interior fit out cost and all additional paraphernalia like POS, tech stack, etc., comes up to about 7 lakhs. The franchisee fee ideally is about 4 lakhs, but for the first 10 franchisees, we've made it 2 lakhs. The initial inventory, the 50% of that is 4.55. The balance 4.55 is borne by the brand. The minimum guarantee is 8% on your total investment. So just to clarify, your total investment is a summation of interior fitters cost, so 7 lakhs, plus your franchisee fee and your initial inventory. And apart from this, your initial inventory is also paid out at the end of the 5th year period. In terms of revenue share, you have a 2% on the monthly revenue. The payback period is 43 months and IRR is 20%. In terms of Just Buy Cycles, it's 1,500 square feet store. The interior fit outs roughly cost about 15 lakhs. With the franchisee fee, typically 5 lakhs, we've reduced it to 3 lakhs for the first 10 franchisees. The inventory borne by the franchisee is 8.6 lakhs. The minimum guarantee is 9%. Revenue share is 3%, and the payback is 42 months. And IRR is same at about 20. So final slide from my side, final two slides. In phase one, we have 21 stores which we're rolling out in Chennai, Bangalore, Coimbatore, and three stores in Chittoor, Tirupati, and Nellore. That's 21 stores over the next 8 months. Post that, we're scaling to about 70 stores in phase two, which will again look to attain leadership across South India. And then in phase three, so that the phase two would happen between April of 2027 and 12 months thereon. And post which, in phase three, we're getting to the rest of India. Sequence of that expansion will be west first, followed by northeast, then north, and then central India. At the end of 2031, we target to be a 330 store group. And we also want to be touching about 1,000 crores, by which time we should be the second or the third largest EV and cycle company in the country. So last 6 points why we would love for you to be part of this journey and not only have this to be a one-way street, we'd love to learn from you, ensure this model evolves so that we are all kind of truly revolutionizing this space, which for now almost 79 years has stayed in what we call as the Kirana style format of retail and ownership. So, six reasons why I think that we should be shaking hands and signing off. Number one, we've given you a minimum guarantee and a revenue share. We have the omni-channel benefit. Inventory ownership is mutually shared. The complete operations run by the company. There is no security deposit. And finally, the delivery fulfillment costs are all as per model terms by us. So over to the Franchisee India team. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rohit, for the wonderful brand introduction. So this is the franchisee acquisition and deal closing procedure where initial application form will be signed by the interested party. Then NDA, which is non-disclosure agreement, will be signed by both the parties. Then EOI and due diligence process will take place where overall verification of the complete background check will be done. Then letter of intent LOI will be signed where 25% of the franchisee fee will be taken as a token amount and which is non-refundable. Then finally, legal agreement will be signed, final franchise agreement, and deal closure will take place. Yeah, Rohit, we can move on to the next slide.
Sure.
Thank you. So this is the due diligence process. So initial application form will capture information like profile, education, work experience, city, location, time frame, quantum of investment, expected ROI, life goals, and reason to partner with us. Then NDA will be signed, which is a non-disclosure agreement. Then letter of intent, as I mentioned, that 25% of franchisee fee will be taken as a token amount and which is non-refundable. Then other downloads will be provided, legal downloads will be provided to the potential investor. Then finally deal closure will happen where a city, location, territory will be defined and all the legal obligations will be communicated to the investors and investor will pay the balance fee and finally deal closure will happen. Yeah.
Great.
So thank you so much. And now we are happy to take up the questions.
Perfect.
Right,
I just
thank you.
want to leave you with just one final point. There is a request, and we've also discussed this with Franchising India, that we'd like to, or rather, if you may request or suggest to our potential franchisee partners that in your overall investment thesis, try and keep a roadmap of more than one store. So typically between 2 to 3 stores in different geographies and different sizes, for the only reason that it de-risks your portfolio. We have seen setting up 32 stores that sometimes businesses don't go as per plan, but they all have different cyclical movements. So when you have the up boom, the upcycle for some of these stores, you're probably just kind of maturing in the rest. So I'd like to leave you with that one final note, and over to you, Bharat and Chitra.
Thank you, Rohit. It was indeed a great, the presentation about the brand. Chitra, thank you so much. We have now seen a lot of questions coming in the Q&A and the chat box. But one of the question I can see, like, want to know a bit detailed information about the total investment part and the return. Maybe Yash, we have a financial consultant, Yash. If we can just a little bit go more, deep dive into the Excel sheet. Although since it is a FICO model, so the investors just need to focus on the investment part because the rest of all, the operational as well as the infrastructural and everything will be taken care by the brand itself. However, if you just want to know a little more about it, I think we can do, we have two options. One is you can get in touch with us separately, where we can discuss the financial in detail. However, or maybe I can request Yash to take us through a little bit more on the investment front.
Sure, sure. So, which model should I present first? JBC or JBE?
Let's start with
speak about
JBE.
both.
JB, sure. So, I am
Would you like to
sharing my
share the
yeah,
screen?
yeah, sharing my screen.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So, yes.
And at the same point of time, I would also request all our viewers, in case if you still have any question, please keep on posting it into the Q&A box, and we have started taking it.
So, yes. So if we talk about give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
And also, Mr. Reddy, I think Imran is my colleague from Chennai. I mean, he will obviously get in touch with you right after this webinar. Imran, if you could just get in touch with sir,
Sure,
after
will do.
we can, arrange a separate call, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, I mean, for the sake of other people who have joined today, let's explore a little bit more on financial part.
Yes, I've shared my screen now.
Yeah.
Yes. So I hope my screen is visible. So let's start with the initial investment part. For the first uh, for the first time franchisee, the initial franchisee fees is 2 lakhs, and the interior fit out cost with is 7 lakhs for a 700 square feet of a store. And the initial inventory we are asking is 50% of the total inventory required. That is 4 lakh 55,000. So that is total summing up to 13 lakh 55,000. So if we come to the initial inventory part, here is the total amount, that is 9 lakh 10,000 total inventory. And if we talk about the electric scooters, 45,000 is the AOV, and we would be getting 6 units, and 30,000 for the electric bicycles. 30,000 is the AOV, we would be getting 17 units. Rent for the 700 square feet, we estimate what required rent is, that how on what we can function is 50 rupees per square feet, that is coming to 35,000. And if we talk about the employees, two people are required. One is store manager and one is a technician. Here are the salaries, 25,000 and 30,000 plus. We give the 13-month salary in an year. So if we do the calculation part, we would be giving the bonus of 4,583 every month. So that in total, at the end of the year, the employee would be getting 13-month salary. So let's come to the sales schedule first. We are estimating the sales of uh, 25 lakhs in the first year for the electric scooters, and 54 lakhs in the year 5. 47 lakh for electric cycles, it is 47 lakhs and 1 CR in the year 5. We have also have accessories, that is 5 lakhs in the year 1 and 8 lakh, 8.5 in the year 5. We also do the repairs part, we get the sales from that. I mean, we generate the revenue from this here also. That is 8 lakh 73 and 18 lakhs 63 in the year 5. AMC. So what is AMC? AMC is annual maintenance. We give them the plan of 1 year annual maintenance and over the cycles or electric scooters. So that is 1,45,000 in the year 1 and 3 lakh in the year 5. If we do the total part, we are having the sales of 88 lakhs in the year 1 and 1.85 CR in the year 5. So if we talk about the margins, we have 23% of blended margin, average margin. We are having the minimum guarantee of 8%, revenue share of 2%, and this is the addition of both. So you would be getting 23% on the investment from the year 1, and it will be 39% in the year 5. So we talk about in the end, so naturally you would be getting, the investor would be getting this amount, and they are getting the payback of 43 months, and that is 3.6 years with the IRR of 20%. And plus in the end of the year 5, they would be returning the inventory back for what they would be charging. I mean the amount back what they are charging initially. So this is what the P&L looks like, and the sales mix are this. We have the electric scooters of sales of 30%, 9% of restoring, electric bicycles 55%, accessory 6%, AMC. I mean, we have marginal sales. So yes, this is the 100%.
Right. I think we can, this has given a little bit of idea about the
Right.
investment. As I said that since it is a FICO model, so I mean, as an investor, you should also be primary focus is to arrange that much of money which you need to invest, because rest of all things will be taken care by the brand itself, right? Um, okay. So Nicholas sir also said like he's comfortable arranging a separate call So Imran,
Okay.
you can do that, right?
So now I would like to present
Yeah,
the
sure.
just
I'll
by
share my
cycle
number.
model quickly.
Yeah, please.
So we have two models here, as I told you that the store as they operate in two models, that is just by cycles and just by electric. So now I want to present just by cycles. Let's go with the just by cycles now. So here the brand franchisee fees is charging 3 lakhs for the first 10 franchisees. Fit out cost is again 1000 per square feet. Here we are estimating a size of 1500 square feet. So 15 lakhs would be the interior fit out cost. Initial inventory, again, the rationale is the same. We would be charging 50% of the inventory required. That is 8,62,000. Total investment is 26.5 lakhs approximately. So if we talk about the initial inventory bifurcation is like this. So I will tell you that JBC deals in bicycles and the electronic bicycles. So bicycles is a 56%, restoring would be 8%, electric bicycles would be 20%, accessories is 15%, AMCs is 1%. So rent we are estimating here is again little more than the JBC, that is 60 per square feet, and monthly rent would be 90,000. If we talk about the employees, we need to have three employees. One is store manager, salesperson, and the technician. Here are the salaries: 25,000, 18K, 25K. And again, again working is the same year. We would be giving the salary of 13 months in an year. Here's the calculation part. This would be the bonus coming every month to the employee. Now let's move to the schedules, sales schedule. So we are estimating 82 lakhs of sales in the year one and 1.29 in the year five. Electric cycles is 24 lakhs in the year one, 42 lakhs in the year five. Accessories 25 lakhs, 40 lakhs in the year five. Repairs 12 and a half, 20 in the year five. AMC 2.14 and 3.5 in the year five. So total sales we are estimating in year one is 1.48 CR and 2.6 CR in year five. Gross margins is high compared to the JVE, that is 33%, and the minimum guarantee they are providing is 9% plus the revenue share 3%. So that is coming to 26% on the initial investment in year one, and then the year five is 36%. So if we talk about, if we remove all the expenses starting from salaries, utilities, rent, miscellaneous, marketing, POS renewal, etc., etc. So you would be getting the PAT after tax would be 9%. They would be getting 9% PAT in the year one and the 13% in the year five. If we talk about the on the investor's point of view, 3.48 years would be the payback. That is 42 months. IRR is 21%. So this is the P&L, and the initial requirement here is 26 lakhs 62,500 exactly. So this is it. This is what financial model looks like.
Okay, Rohit. Meanwhile, would you also like to take the questions from the chat or the
Sure.
Q&A?
Yeah. So if you tell me which question specifically, then I can address it.
No, I mean, so there is a question I think in Q&A.
Okay, I'll open that. Yeah. So I think Mayur has asked, is there any assistance from JBC to hire bike mechanics? Yes. So in fact, like I told you, the entire operations, people management is done by us, and we do it in a very specific manner. We ensure that they are trained through our own edutech platform called JBC Institute of Technical Training, and only then are they onboarded. So the answer is we do offer assistance, and this is I would say, line item which is completely taken care of us. So you don't have to worry about it. Coming to Nikhilesh. So Nikhilesh, definitely we are keen to start Hyderabad even before the slotted April of 2027. But one thing we're very clear when it comes to urban centers, and more specifically centers where rentals are very high, we try to identify growing suburban or let's say greater areas. So greater Hyderabad or areas where new density of a floating population is likely to arrive. Based on those, I would say, metrics, we try to occupy a space before it matures. So, which is why the entry level of a per square feet rent of 50 to 60 rupees is crucial. To answer your question, we are ready for Hyderabad it's a conversation we can have if you have any areas in mind, or we can also look for it in parallel. So within 6 months, we would be ready to roll out in Hyderabad. Maharashtra and Pune. So, Mr. Brajesh, I think currently we don't have a plan to roll out, but however, last week we had a chance to speak with the Cycling Federation of India CEO, who's based out of Pune, and he has actually told us that there are a lot of good things happening in the city with new cycling tracks like Hyderabad. So we're okay to try one store, which will be a super store. Happy to connect post this, but the rapid expansion will only happen in phase 3. So we might open 1 or 2 stores maximum. So Nitesh Kataria, I think your answer of investor can be for anywhere. Absolutely. They need not reside in the place where the franchisee is going to be opened.
Okay,
Yes.
let's also move into the chat option. So, Mr. Reddy, yes, Imran is going to have a word with you right after this webinar. Raghav is asking, what is the revenue share? So, yes,
Yeah.
if you can just answer that.
I'll break it up. Sure. So I'll break it up by format. For just by electric, the revenue share is 2% of revenue, and the minimum guarantee is 8%. Now, when you come to the second format of just by cycle superstore, you have a 3% revenue share and a 9% minimum guarantee on the total investment. So remember that the MG is calculated on all your monies, including the franchisee fee. Yeah. Anyone else? Average cost of bicycles and how will you compete with local cycle vendors? So we have the widest range, and we have probably the spectrum starting from about 3,500 all the way up to 7 lakhs. Now, the way that we are competing with local cycle vendors is three-pronged. We have 3 types of brands. One is, of course, the top sellers. You have your Hero, Avon, 91, so on and so forth, Cosmic. And second, we have brands that are fast, like up and coming, trendier, catering to the Gen Z, like your 91 cycles. You've got Bike Arc. And third, we've got our own brands. We've got 3 of our own brands. Now, what we do with these brands is there are multiple product gaps that we see that these large companies are not able to fill. So through that, we have our own brands, which are all EU certified and are only available at our stores. So at no point can a customer walk in and say, listen, I'm getting this 10% cheaper. So this private label brand strategy is actually helping us keep us relevant and keep us unique. So that is the strategy as far as how we're competing with local vendors and Decathlon. So I think Vivek Agarwal has asked what is the amount that is returned at the end of the tenure. So whatever is the investment given to you in terms of initial inventory. So in the case of Just by Electric, 4.55 lakhs will be given to you as a bullet payment in the 5th year. And for Just by Cycles, it's 8.62 lakhs, which will be given as a bullet payment. So all this, whatever you've invested into the inventory is paid back. Anything else? Any other questions?
So I think Sudhakar is asking whether we are open for Hyderabad. Yes, we already have answered this, right?
Yes, yeah.
So absolutely, we are keen to, open
Sure.
our store.
Sure. I think Vishal Sarva has posted another query. So toddlers to adults, I think excellent question. So when you look at the overall mix, typically in a store, 50% of the sales comes from kids. And these are kids, when I say kids, it's below 8 to 9 years. And adult, I would say, caters to about 10-15%. And this is largely talking about the overall mix of cycles and EVs. And then the largest segment is young adults. So typically teenagers between 13 to 16 and 17. So that is the share of pie in terms of who our demographics is. So we're relevant all the way from 2 years up to a senior citizen. Vishal, if you're saying that, do we have a toddler specific store? Currently, no, because even though the toddler market is very, I would say, relevant, growing at a fairly good clip, we currently don't have an exclusive format for that. So, Nitesh, can you refer to which slide is showing 12 and 2%? Because I have the deck in front of me. If you can show. Yes, you're right. So I think in slide number, where is that? In slide number 15, that is an error. So the exact NG is 8% on electric and 2% revenue share on electric and 9% MG on the Just Buy Cycle Superstore with a 3% rev share. So these are the final numbers. I think that is an error. Apologies for that. So yeah, Nitesh, you're right. I've seen that, and that is definitely an error. So apologies.
All right, I think we probably have done with all the questions that we received.
Perfect.
All right, I think thanks so much, everyone, for joining us and giving us your valuable time. And we hope that today's session has given you a clear understanding of the JBC Ventures business model, the tremendous opportunity in India's cycling and electric mobility market, and how the company's omni-channel approach is creating a scalable and future-ready franchise business. As we discussed, that this is just not the retail opportunity, it is an opportunity to partner with a trusted organization that brings together a strong industry experience, established brand, technology-driven operation, and a professionally managed franchise model designed for long-term growth. So if this opportunity align with your investment goal, I think our team, we have already Imran with us, who is my key account manager from Chennai. I mean, he's accessible on his phone. We are absolutely, Imran will absolutely be happy to connect with you personally to discuss your preferred city, investment plan, and the location feasibility, and the next step in the franchise onboarding process. So I think that's it on behalf of Franchise India and the JBC Venture team. I sincerely thank you all for participating and insightful question sharing during this session. We look forward to welcome many of you as our franchise partner and building a future of organized mobility together. Before we end, Rohit, anything else you would like to add as a closing remarks?
No, I think we're really excited to share this opportunity, and we truly believe that if we work together, and like I said, it's going to be a collaborative approach. We'll be learning as much from you as we're able to impart our learning and experience. So truly excited, and we also take this opportunity to thank Franchisee India to work together and truly grow this segment. So thank you again, and have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks so much, Chitra, Imran, for helping me drive this webinar. So that's it for the day, everyone. See you tomorrow once again with a new brand, and we'll explore another business opportunity. Till then, take care.